Hi everyone, I'm just about to start my workout for today. This is actually a reshoot of a workout that I first did just a few weeks ago. I'll put the link to the original up here if you want to see what it looked like when I did it in my hotel room in Seattle back in January. All I'm using today is a plyo box. This is the medium-sized plyo box, not the short one, not the tall one, the medium size. This is a bit taller than the ottoman that I was using in my hotel room in Seattle. So if you do not have a plyo box, an ottoman or a chair will work just fine. Just to make sure that whatever you are using for your elevated surface is strong enough to hold your entire body weight and it is stable enough so it will not collapse. Make sure it is steady. So if you are using a chair, I would recommend putting it on a yoga mat so that it stays put and it won't slide from underneath you. But as long as you have access to an elevated surface that is strong and sturdy and stable, a piano bench, your sofa, a coffee table, a park bench would work great. Maybe like bleachers if you have access to the field at your local high school. Anything like that will work. This plyo box that I'm using today is a bit higher than the ottoman in my hotel room. So it's going to decrease the difficulty of my assisted pistol squats. The higher the surface, the easier the pistol squats will be, and the lower the surface, the more difficult your pistol squats will be. So keep that in mind when you're choosing your surface. However, the opposite is true for the push-ups. Because this plyo box is higher than my ottoman, it's going to make my push-ups more difficult. So if you want to increase the difficulty for your push-ups, you want to use a surface that is higher off the ground. And if you want to decrease the difficulty for your push-ups, use a surface that is lower to the ground. So you can always use two different elevated surfaces. If you have the medium plyo box and then a small plyo box, you can use both of them depending on the level of difficulty that you want for your pistol squats and your push-ups. Also, you could use something lower like a cinder block or a milk crate or an aerobic step, something like that if you want to decrease the difficulty for your push-ups. So just keep that in mind. Make the decision that is best for you. There are just 3 exercises. I will walk you through them as we're going. They're all very simple, basic body weight exercises. And the whole workout is only going to take 15 minutes. So if you want to do this workout with me today, go ahead and grab an elevated surface or 2, as long as you have access to 1 or 2 elevated surfaces that are strong enough to support your entire body weight, stable, not going to collapse, and steady. They are not going to slide from underneath you. Take a minute to make sure you're good and warmed up, and when you're ready, let's get started. The first exercise is a pistol squat and forward lunge combo. So I'm starting in front of my plyo box. I'm going to lift 1 foot, and then I'm going to sink into the heel of this standing foot until I'm sitting all the way down on my plyo box. Now press this heel into the ground. To stand, return to the starting position. Keep this foot off the ground if you can, and from here we're going to go straight into a forward lunge. So lunge forward. If you are able to lunge all the way forward so that your back knee actually touches the ground, that's great, do that. Just make sure you're controlling the movement so you're not banging your knee into the ground. I don't want anyone getting hurt. If your range of motion does not allow you to bring that knee all the way down to the ground, that's fine. Just work to your own level, work within your own range of motion. And ideally you want to make sure that you have a 90-degree angle in this front leg so that this knee is over the heel of this front foot as opposed to being too far out so that it's over the toes of the foot, okay? So then from this position, you want to press back up. That's one rep. We're going to be switching legs. So now this was my standing leg for the first rep. I'm going to switch. This will now be my standing leg. I'm going to lift the other foot, bending the knee. I'm going to sink down into my pistol squat. So basically just sitting down on my plyo box and then press into this heel to stand back up, lunge forward, and return to the starting position. Okay, that's the first exercise. Alternating legs, and we're going to do 10 total reps. As always, when I do an AMRAP, I actually have my timer set for 2 intervals. So the second interval is our 15-minute countdown. We're going to do as many rounds as possible. That's what AMRAP stands for, AMRAP. As many rounds as possible in 15 minutes. But the first interval is a 10-second rest interval just to get ready, okay? So that we don't lose any time off of our work interval. So 10 seconds rest just to get ready. So get into position. When you hear that timer beep again, We'll start with our first rep. So here we go. Assisted pistol squat, and then right into your forward lunge. Step it back, now other leg. Pistol squat, forward lunge, that's 2. We're going to 10. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one. Next we're doing abs. We're gonna be sitting on the plyo box. We're gonna do a knee crunch and then a V up. So sit on the plyo box, crunch the knees into the chest, straighten the legs, and V up, that's 1 rep. Crunch, V up, that's 2. 3, we're going to 10. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, and 10. Now we're going to do leg elevated push-ups plus 2 knee tucks. If it's too difficult to elevate your feet, you can do any push-up variation you want. You can do the same thing with your feet on the floor, that's fine. I'm gonna elevate my feet on the plyo box, and from here I'm gonna do a push-up, and then tuck the knee, that's 1. Push-up, knee tuck, that's 2. 3, we're going to 10. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. That's it. That's all the exercises. That's our first round. So we're just going to do that, complete that little circuit as many times as we can before our 15 minutes is up. So when you're ready, let's start round number 2. That's round 2. As soon as you're ready. I'm really feeling that in my abs. Let's keep pushing. That was round 3. Oh, God. I don't know why those are such a struggle for me today. That's not an exercise that I normally struggle with or find particularly challenging, but they're killing me today. It's like the hardest one for me today. Also, this is my first time doing push-ups in over a week, so I'm struggling a bit there as well. All right, that was round 4. Let's try to do 2 more. I'm really losing time on this ab exercise. It's frustrating. setting my timer as a stopwatch. Finish this last round as fast as I can. Just wait for the plane. Okay, we're almost done. No workout of mine is ever complete until we have done our bonus burpee, so we have just 1 rep left to go. Let me just move my plyo box out of the way. So we can do our bonus burpee together. Final rep of the day. When you're ready, here we go. That's it. That's the workout, short and sweet today. I was really hoping to finish 6 full rounds, but I was struggling so much on this ab exercise today, so I didn't quite get it done. I was 5 reps short, so I quickly reset my timer as a stopwatch and finished up those last 5 reps so that I could see how long it took me to complete 6 full rounds. I really wanted to beat my score from Seattle, but it's amazing that I tied it exactly. My score today is exactly down to the second what I did in Seattle. 5, almost 6 full rounds. I was 5 push-ups short before the 15 minutes was up, and then resetting my timer as a stopwatch took me an additional 22 seconds to finish those last 5 reps. Exactly the same. Before I let you go, just a couple more quick notes about this first exercise. I didn't mention it that when you are sinking down into your pistol squat, you have this chair or plyo box or ottoman or whatever you're using, park bench, bleachers, you have this here to assist you, so you're really just going to sit down into your chair or on top of your plyo box or whatever you're using. But you want to make sure that you are controlling the movement and really lowering yourself down in a controlled movement. You'll stop when your booty hits the chair, but what you're not doing is just kind of sitting down, okay? That's not the exercise. If you're just kind of falling and letting gravity pull you down and just knowing that you're going to, this is here to kind of break your fall, that's not the exercise. What you want to do is really control the movement so that you are engaging your quads and your glutes, all the muscles in this standing leg, all the way down into the squat until you are stopped by your surface. Does that make sense? And then, of course, press into the heel to stand, and then right into your forward lunge. The other thing I wanted to mention, but that's why these are easier the higher the surface is, because that obviously if my surface is up high, I don't have to lower myself down very much. Whereas if I'm doing these on a low surface, like, let me show you on my low plyo box real quick. So here's my lower plyo box. You see the difference in these 2 sizes. So if I were to do the assisted pistol squats on this lower surface, I would have to control that movement for a lot longer than if I was sitting on the higher plyo box. Okay, so control, 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 until you're all the way down here. And then, of course, to stand, pressing the heel of this standing leg into the ground, activating all of the muscles in this standing leg from your feet, through your leg, all the way up to your glutes. So press that heel into the ground and stand. And then you can go into your forward lunge from there. But you see how the higher the plyo box or whatever elevated surface you're using, the easier that is, because you only have to control the movement for a shorter, you're shortening up your range of motion, only having to control the movement this far. Whereas if your elevated surface is lower, you're increasing your range of motion, and you have to control that movement for a much longer time, and it just increases the difficulty a lot. And then, of course, like I was saying before the workout, the opposite is true with your push-ups. So my push-ups today were especially challenging because my feet were elevated on this high plyo box. But if I were to do the push-ups with my feet elevated on the lower plyo box, suddenly they become much, much easier. This is much less challenging than what I was doing. The lower your feet to the ground, the less challenging the push-up, and the higher you elevate your feet, the more challenging the push-up. So that's just something to keep in mind if you are fortunate enough to have access to 2 different sets of plyo boxes, or if you can make do with household items, say a dining room chair, and then something lower like a milk crate or a low ottoman or stool or something like that. Again, just to make sure that whatever you're using is strong and sturdy and stable, but you can adjust to the difficulty level by just using surfaces that are higher or lower for specific exercises. So just make the decision that is best for you, but I just wanted to show you that in a little bit more detail. And one other thing about the pistol squats. When I originally wrote this workout back in Seattle a few weeks ago, I wanted to do a pistol squat side lunge combo. But because of the way the hotel room was situated, I had the space to do it, but it would have made a really crappy video because as I was doing my side lunge, you wouldn't have been able to see me behind the desk. And then on this side, I would have been hidden behind the bed. So I decided to do a forward lunge instead. But if you prefer, that is the way I originally wrote the workout. So if you want to do a side lunge instead, you can do your pistol squat, then stand and lunge to the side, alternating sides. So now switching your standing leg, lift the other leg, pistol squat, and now lunge to this side. That will be totally fine, just another option. It's a matter of preference, so I just wanted to mention that. I think I covered everything, but as always, if there are any questions, if you have questions about the format, questions about the specific exercises we were doing today, if you have any doubt about how to do them with the proper form, please just ask. I went over some key points of form, but it's incredibly important that you're doing the exercises properly because otherwise you're not going to get the maximum intended benefits out of the exercise. But far more importantly, if you're not minding your form, then you are increasing your risk of injury, and I do not want anyone getting hurt. So please make sure you understand how to do the exercises properly before you begin. And if you have any questions, just ask. Also, if you need to see beginner modifications, I didn't show you beginner modifications today, but it is very important to me that all of my workouts are accessible to anyone and everyone who wants to do them with me. So I'm always happy to help facilitate that. That includes beginner modifications. So if I don't show them to you in the video and you want to see them, please just ask. I'm always happy to help with that. If you did this workout with me today, thank you so much. Please let me know what you thought of it and how you did. Let me know how many rounds you were able to complete before the 15 minutes was up. And if your 15 minutes ended while you were in the middle of a round, did you reset your timer as a stopwatch like I did and keep going? Just let me know what you thought and how you did. Thank you to everyone who's been working out with me lately. And even if you're not working out with me, thank you for watching. Thank you for liking and sharing the videos. Thank you for all of your wonderful and supportive and engaging comments. I appreciate it all very much. Thank you to all of my new subscribers. If you are not subscribed already, please subscribe. And of course, a great big thank you to those of you who have been subscribed to my channel for years. I appreciate you all more than you know. And before I go, I need to say one final thank you to those of you who have been watching the videos all the way until the end and commenting with the secret code phrase of the day. So before I go, I will give you today's secret code phrase of the day. It is good night, Seattle. So if you are still watching this video, hello. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. Please let me know someone is still watching by going down to the comment section and leaving me a comment that says good night, Seattle. That's it for today, and I will see you all next time. Bye.